What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another math puzzle. In this one, the question is as follows. Can you find the only 10-digit autobiographical number? So first of all, what is an autobiographical number? An autobiographical number is a number such that in each place value, okay, in each digit, I should say, right? The number that is in that digit tells us how many of the positional number there are in the actual number itself. Okay, let me explain what that means in this example. So I gave one example of a 5-digit autobiographical number. So for example, in the 0 position, we've got a 2. That means that in this number, we should see 2 zeros, which we do. In the 1 spot, we have a 1. That means we should see only 1 1, which we do. In the 2 spot, we see a 2, which means we should see 2 2s, which we do here and here. And then again, in these spots, we see no 3s and no 4s, hence we have zeros there, and that was accounted for as the 2 zeros listed in the front. So that is what an autobiographical number is. Now, for the 10-digit one, it's a little bit tougher. You need to figure out the appropriate values in each of these spots to make it a legitimate 10-digit autobiographical number. Hit that pause button and see if you can figure it out. When you're ready, hit play and I'll give you the explanation. All right, so as we solve this problem, the most important piece of this puzzle, in my opinion, is the zeros, right? So if we look at the 5-digit example, we know that there are 2 zeros, and if we know that these higher numbers are 0, which makes a lot of sense, because if we did have like a 1, for example, that means we'd have 3 1s to distribute, or a 2 here, we'd have 4 2s to distribute. But having them be 0 and 0, that's good because we're not going to have these larger digits placed anywhere else. So we know we have 2 zeros. That places a 2 here, and then you can kind of work backwards, figuring out numbers that you can fill in for the rest of it to make it work. Okay, so we're going to start from that same vantage point. We're going to say we're going to have a number of zeros. Now here in the 5 digits, there's only 2 zeros. Let's say, for example, there are 7 zeros. Now, if we have 7 zeros, a lot of these larger numbers are going to have zeros because, again, they're going to be problematic just like 3 and 4 are problematic here. So we're going to have a 0, a 0, a 0. Now, why did I leave 7 blank? Because we have a 7 here. So that would mean that we would need a 1 up here. And now we have 3 zeros. We need 4 more to make this true. So let's say we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we get back to the 1 spot. Now, we're in a bit of a dilemma, right? Because how many 1s do we have? Well, we have 1. But now by placing a 1 here, I now have 2 1s. So this is actually not going to work. This will not work for this autobiographical number. But we're going to start again. So instead of using 7, now we're going to try maybe there's only 6 zeros. So now we're going to apply the same logic. We got 0 at the top, 0 here, and 0 here, and 1 for the 6 because there is 1 6 that we're putting in here. It makes sense that we're probably not going to have any other 6s anywhere else, so we're pretty comfortable with that. Okay, so we got a 1 there. Now we need to place 3 more zeros. Let's stick with these higher numbers, 0, 0, and 0. Okay, now we get to the 1 spot. Now again, I have that same dilemma. I can't say 1 because then I have 1 1, but then I actually have 2 1, so that won't work. So we're probably going to need to say 2 1s, okay? But then I only have 1 1. But here's the beauty of it. This works beautifully because how many 2s do we have? 1. And now we can go through and see that this is indeed a correct autobiographical number. It says 6 for the 0 spot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. We have 2 in the 1 spot, which means we have 2 1s, which we have right there and there. A 1 in the 2 spot, and we do have indeed 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 are all 0, and there are none of those. And last but not least, we have a 1 in the 6 spot because we have 1, 6. So there is your 10-digit autobiographical number. That's how you do it. Done. I hope you guys enjoyed this math puzzle, and if you did, please click that like button. If you want to see more math puzzles on the regular, make sure to click subscribe. Thank you guys so much for joining, and I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.